Hello, I am here to catalog my journey to the 2017 Dopey at Disney. I'm doing the Disney World Dopey Challenge this year, and I did the Disney World Marathon 2016. I'm doing it in 2017. And I'm switching marathon plans to train for this one because this one, it's a different race. Last time I just did the marathon. It was my first marathon 2016. And I'm going to be doing the Dopey Challenge, which is a 4-day race, which is a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and then a marathon over 4 days. So the first marathon I did, I used the Hanson's marathon method. And for this race, I'm switching to the Hal Higdon training plan. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Intermediate or the Intermediate 2 or one of the 2 advanced plans for this race, but it's going to be one of those 3. He has several plans from novice, intermediate to advanced. So just want to talk a little bit about my Disney marathon experience and then why I'm switching over to a new plan. So the first marathon I ever did, I'd been running 5Ks. And last year I wanted to sign up for a half marathon actually, but I think it was around August or July 2015, and I was registering for January 2016, and the Disney half marathon was sold out for that time. And the only thing that was actually open was the full marathon. So I just said, what the heck, I'm gonna do the full marathon. And I started training to do a half marathon so I could get a proof of time. And I did a half marathon in October and 2015. That was the longest race I'd done until Disney 2015. And for the half marathon, I did the Hanson's marathon method, for half marathon method for that. And I got a really good time. I think I got either a 151 or a 152, one of those. I was running just under, I think, or just around 8-minute 30-second miles. I felt great the entire time, and actually the only thing holding me back was a little nagging injury in my knee that I had to make a little makeshift brace out of like a hairband in order to finish the race. But I think I could have beat that time actually, and it prepared me really well. So I wanted to do the same method for the marathon, which I did. And for the marathon, I finished the 2016 Disney Marathon with a time of 4 hours, 17 minutes and change. And it was a first marathon, so I realize now that that is a good time. But at the time, I wanted about 10 to 15 minutes faster than that. I think I thought I was going to get like a 4:05, 4:06 in my predictions the weeks before the race. But some things just didn't go right for me, and I think it had to do with the training. And that's part of why I'm switching. So a couple of things with the Hanson's marathon method, how it's different from other plans. So in this method, there's a 16-mile long run, and most plans will have you do a long run of between 18 and 22 miles, I believe, and you'll do a couple of those. But Hanson says that, you know, running for over like 3 hours, or 2.5 to 3 hours, gives you no physiological benefit, whatever, and that's their science. So I was really drawn to this plan because it seemed very scientific. It's a really reputable, I think, running group at Hanson's, and I think they have a Hanson's running club or institute where they train elite athletes, and it's really intensive. So I thought this was a really advanced and unique, really targeted plan for someone that had a goal time, and that's why I did it. But I think the 16-mile long run may have hurt me. I'm not sure. There's about 3 things I think could have hurt me in the program, but the 16-mile long run is, I think it was too short. So during the race itself, I got tired about 18 miles in, and when I say tired, I wasn't tired cardio-wise or my breathing. I was breathing actually really, really easy. I could have gone faster as far as my heart rate and my breathing. I wanted to push more, but my legs were just absolutely shot. Like I couldn't go any faster than I was going, and I just felt myself slowing down, like moving in slow motion like a bad dream, and I couldn't do anything about it. My legs were hurting so badly, and they had no power to them. So I feel like if I had gone a little bit further than the 16 miles, maybe 18 miles a couple of times, I might have gotten a little boost and I finished with a faster time. But it is possible that I went out a little bit too fast in the beginning of the marathon, and that could be why I didn't get a faster time, because I mean, like I said, cardio wise, I could have gone faster. I think my pace was just like under 10 minutes, like around like 9:50 something by the time I finished. And so it could have been the lack of long runs. It could have been my failure to strategize right in the beginning of the race and trying to go too fast. But the other thing with the Hanson's program is it's a 6-day-a-week of running program, and this plan is 5 days a week, which I really like, because I think recovery is super important, especially for someone not an elite athlete and someone who likes to cross train. 6 days a week was really hard because I like to go to the gym and I like to do full weight workouts like bicep curls, shoulder press, squatting, lunges, everything, a little bit of everything. And I was still trying to do that when I was doing the 6 days a week of running. And the problem I was running into was that the shortest days of the training were like 5 to 6 miles. So those were kind of the days I tried to do my weights. And here's the problem, is that if you run before you do your weights, run 5 to 6 miles, you're covered in sweat, you can't really use machinery at the gym like that. It's just gross. So you either have to shower, go back to the gym, which is a pain in the butt, and you really don't want to do that too frequently. Or I could do my leg workout. I spend about an hour. I like to spend 30 minutes to an hour of a solid workout. So doing like a leg workout and burning out my legs, doing lunges, dumbbell deadlifts, squats, and then going to run 5 or 6 miles was just a pain. It was hard because I would feel it in my glutes when I was running. I'd feel the leg tightness, and it just got so hard that I couldn't do like both these activities. I would end up skipping weight training, and then I try to make it up on the next day and do even more, weight training to make up for what I hadn't done with the running. And I was just fatiguing myself. And I've learned since, I guess you really shouldn't cross train too much when you're doing marathon training, but keep in mind the 5 to 6 mile runs, those were a couple of runs of the week, and those were the shortest days. But some other days were 7, 8, 10 miles, and trying to cross train on those days, it's just really hard on your body. And I felt like I do this stuff to be healthy, to help my body, and I was probably hurting it more than helping it by taking on all that extra marathon mileage and trying to work out my same regular workout. So that I didn't like about the plan. The other thing was the taper. So every marathon training plan has a taper at the end of the race, and the Hanson's plan didn't really have a major taper. So the week before the race, the week before the last week that leads up to the race, you do, I think, about like 39 miles of running, which is a lot of running. That is equivalent to like the peak week and a lot of the training programs in this book. And the peak week, that just means the week where you do the most running leading up to the marathon. So I'm doing a peak week type of run when I'm supposed to be tapering. Tapering means significantly cutting your miles down, doing something like 20 miles a week. And then the week leading up to the Sunday of the marathon, you do 29 miles, and then you do the marathon, which is 26 miles. So I didn't feel rested enough. I was fatigued from all the training. I really needed rest. I think I took a few days off, but I really wanted to stick to the plan, and I was not refreshed. My legs were not refreshed. They were beat down, and I did not like that. So I'm switching to Hal Higdon. I want to say I didn't look down on Hal Higdon, but I thought of it as just a training plan that you Google online and everyone has access to it, everyone does it, and not something that a serious runner really does. But since I've learned more about it, yeah, there are serious runners that do the Hal Higdon plans, and you know what, it looks like a good plan. What I really like about it is that for the Dopey training I'm doing, it has back-to-back long runs in it. So from the intermediate 2 to the advanced plans, you have like every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you have a back-to-back long run. So you do a 10 and 20 mile run back-to-back, you know, 9 and 19 mile runs back-to-back, which that is how you train for something like a really long distance race, or something like doing a half and a marathon back-to-back. And the Hanson's plan always tried to put your kind of lower mileage easy days before your long run or before your really hard runs. And I like that this has them back-to-back, because that's considered really tough, really good training. But at the same time, I have 2 days off a week now instead of just one, so I can recover from that hard training, I feel like. Other thing, I think the speed work in Hanson's was insane. I mean, you do 2 days of speed work on that program. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. My cat is messing with the light. Okay, hold on. Hampton. Okay, he stopped. So anyway, you do Tuesday and Thursday. On Tuesday, you do a VO2 max run. You do a track workout where you're basically running at your like 10K pace. You're really exhausted. Then you get a rest day on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you have your tempo run, which is your marathon pace run, which would be 10 miles or 9 miles of marathon pace running with 1 day rest in between. It fatigued the heck out of me, and I had to keep on as I went on with the plan. As the tempo / marathon pace run got longer, up to 10 miles, I had to drop my pace to where I was, my goal when I started the program was 9-minute miles, and I was probably running like, I want to say like 9:25 for those 10-mile long runs. So, I mean, considering how I trained, I wasn't able to hit the paces, so my actual marathon pace, which was I think around 9:50 or so, is actually pretty close to the 9:25s I was targeting. So it was successful in that way. And you know, if it wasn't for the cross training and the lack of taper and 16-mile long run, yes, I probably could have done better. But I don't know. I don't think it was the best plan. I would have had to tweak it a little bit. So I'm looking forward to trying out Hal Higdon and doing the Dopey with that. I think it's just a lot more suitable. And I will check in and let you know how it goes. I'm going to read more of the book and see what it's about. So if I learn anything new, I will make a new video. Thanks for watching. Peace.